it's a sign of how powerful he was, how important he was in the Iranian power structure. You know, he wasn't the head of the Revolutionary Guards, but he was reputed to be the most powerful man there. He was very close to the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He had an extraordinary stretch and sweep. So, you know, he was killed on Iraqi soil. He was operating on Syrian soil. There's a history going back years of attacks which he's believed to have been responsible for, going all the way back to the 1990s against Israeli and Jewish sites. I can think of Argentina in 1994. There was an attack against an Israeli tour bus in Bulgaria that I covered in 2012. And all of those times, all of that, placing Iran at the centre of the Israel-Palestine story with the support for Islamic Jihad. He was an extremely charismatic, important and pivotal figure, actually, for Iran. I think this is a loss they will be mourning for a long time.
Is there a sense there in Israel that Israel itself could be at the receiving end of any possible retaliation by Iran?
Yes, there is. I mean, as far as we know, Israel was not involved in this action. It was a US action, a US decision, US intelligence and so forth. But nevertheless, when the Iranian supreme leader was speaking this morning, he did link the response. He said the enemies of Iran, and he included Israel, were under threat. And Israel, in fact, is reacting as if it is under threat this morning. There's a risk assessment carried out right now, actually. The Israeli Defense Minister, the Chief of Staff, the security chiefs, all meeting to see what their assessment is now. Israeli tourist sites up in the north on the northern border where any response would come from have been closed. So we are seeing a raised security alert also here in Israel, but also at Israeli sites overseas. So all of that means this is a very live issue for Israel, despite the apparent lack of Israeli involvement in this attack.